Hello and welcome back to Dreamwalker Tarot. My name is Dawn and this is the February reading for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Mercury. Please go ahead and subscribe to the channel and hit the bell for post notifications. Okay, so this month I'm using the Star Tarot spread in honor of Aquarius and Aquarius season. And the first card that came out is for your present situation, and that is being represented here by the Wheel of Fortune. And the Wheel of Fortune is like luck, right? So you never know what you're going to get, but you basically get what you put out, right? And so this is really talking about kind of relinquishing a little bit of control and kind of allowing whatever is meant to come into your life to come into your life. It's a little bit unpredictable, and so that can be a little bit scary, but it's really asking for you to go with the flow, and that at this time, they're going to be opportunities that can be available to you, and you can have the chance to kind of like make a change for your life, right? It's unexpected and it's unfamiliar, and it's just really fate at work, right? And so the idea is that you can't really control fate, you can't really control circumstances. You just kind of have to, like I said, go with the flow. And clarifying the Wheel of Fortune, we got for the Lenormand deck, the Clover, which is really like what? That's really luck, right? So luck, Lady Be a Luck, is definitely in your favor. You might find that this month you get gifts of flowers. You're experiencing a lot of flattery. People are being super nice to you. And the luck card, the Clover card, is really, again, like I said, it's talking about luck, but it's really talking about an opportunity to really also just kind of like be excited about like the little things and really be happy about the small things that happen in your life. It's also an invitation to be social, to go out, to spend some time with your friends. This could be, and in this circle, you might find you have Aquarian energy, Scorpio energy, Taurus, and Leo energy. And so some of you might be dealing with these people might be your friends, but it's really just like, the opportunity and the invitation to hang out with a small group of friends, to be social, to be lighthearted, to kind of take life lightly, to kind of laugh at the things that happen to you, especially the things that you have no control of. Again, go with the flow. And like I said, enjoy the simple things in life. Smell the flowers, smell the roses. And that's kind of like the energy that is we're talking about for the month of February. The card that came out for your emotions is being represented here by the Page of Swords in reverse. And the Page of Swords in reverse is talking about the way that you express yourself and the way that you talk. There is a sense that you're kind of holding something back, that you're not actually being verbal, or you might not want to share or express the way that you really feel about something, especially, like I said before, in this group dynamic that you're kind of dealing with in terms of like going out with friends and being social and hanging out. It's like you're not necessarily speaking how you feel to the people involved, like in like your small group. And so the page is saying to really be expressive from a place of honesty, and to really not to speak how you feel, go with the flow, but also remember that you don't necessarily want to be coming off as like somebody who asks a lot of questions, or just someone who comes off as like a know-it-all, or someone who is just questioning other people and challenging other people. Express how you feel about something. But don't be like in these social settings. Don't be weird. Don't be just questioning people down. Really, like I said, go with the flow, right? There's also the sense of like not really expressing or trying to impress other people with crazy stories. Just really, I feel like this is really an opportunity for you to be yourself and allow people to like you for who you really are. This page is being clarified here by the Garden and also the Clouds card, which is interesting because the Garden is like public. And so we're talking about you being out and about and socializing and having lighthearted social encounters. But this feels like you might have some information that you can't wait to share. And so you share it publicly, but it's like you're purposely being deceptive with the information that you're sharing. So because the clouds is talking about like deception, kind of like causing a little bit of confusion in this public setting that you're about to go into. And so that's kind of what's coming out. So it's like a little bit of a misunderstanding. And also that it can also be talking about like secrets, right? So when the sun is out, it's blocking, when the clouds are out, it's blocking the sun, it's blocking the ability to see what is true, right? And so something is being hidden. And so this information that's being hidden is causing a lot of doubts with people. So like I said, this could be you being purposely deceptive, or you can feel like you don't have the full information among this small circle of friends. Like they might be privy to information that you don't know, and they're purposely being deceptive to you. But there's this idea of with the garden here, this is going to be something that's public. So you might find out in a public way some information while you're out with a small group of friends, or you can be like chomping at the bit to kind of reveal what you know, or you might be purposely revealing things that are not true to kind of like throw people off in a very public sort of way. In the position of your beliefs, the card that came out is the King of Swords in the reverse. And so the King of Swords in reverse is really talking to someone, is talking about someone who uses their intellect to kind of create a little bit of dissension and a little bit of a division, right? And that is particularly true within a group because, like, again, the Wheel of Fortune came out with you going out and having fun. And so the King of Swords is a person. This could be a Libra, Aquarius, or a Gemini individual, right? And so this person, can be someone who really feels like they're like the smartest person in the room, right? And with their words and their intellect cause a little bit of drama, a little bit of confusion. When they're in the upright, I mean, they're a very rational person. But when they're not, they kind of like have this way about creating, like I said, a little bit of division in the groups that they're in. And so that is one aspect. Again, this could be you, or this could be a person that's affiliated with the group. And in this particular reading, it could be leaning towards an Aquarius individual, because that is like the air sign that showed up in the Wheel of Fortune card, right? So be mindful of that. So the King of Swords is also a person that likes to misuse their power, misuse their authority, is really kind of like ego-driven, and likes to manipulate people or try to get people to do whatever it is they want, by using like my grandmother used to say, they work their brain on you, right? So they use their intellect to make other people feel bad or feel inferior, but also to kind of like manipulate and can kind of control the situation. The King of Swords is also someone who isn't necessarily really like sure, like mentally they might be a little bit foggy and unclear. And like, again, with the Page of Swords in reverse, there is this energy of confusion that's being kind of like created. And this is energy of confusion that's being created within like a small group of individuals, right? The card is being clarified here by the Lenormand deck, the Mouse, and the Tower. So the Mouse is really talking about like a dwindling of things, right? So losing like resources, losing power, losing losing things. It's also like a nervous type of energy. It really shows up when, someone could be like, slowly losing resources, like it's like things start to slowly fall apart, right? It's like a process of this, right? So, it means that something or someone in your belief, is losing their strength or losing their force. It could be like a relationship falling apart, losing a job, losing your apartment and your house. And it's happening slowly, but you don't necessarily realize it. It and with the Tower card here, the Tower card is really talking about like a position of power. And so this could be someone who holds some sort of position of power over you if you live in a household with them, because the Tower card is also a representative of like a power dynamic, but a power dynamic within a space, within a house. And so these are people, this could be like a situation like this small group could be like, like a family member, right? But it's all happening within like a household type of system. And so, or it's like someone who is a little bit corrupt. So you kind of have like this person who is a little bit manipulative, a little bit corrupt. And so it's like they're slowly working on kind of eroding things are eroding in their life and they don't necessarily realize it. This could be you that this is happening to, or someone is doing this to you, or you're doing it to someone else, or you're trying to start to do that with someone else. Okay, so at the heart of the matter, which is like the signifying card for the spread, is the Three of Wands. And the Three of Wands is really talking about expanding your horizons, maybe wanting to study or to travel, to go abroad, go someplace overseas, really trying to work on like your business and really like learning. And so taking advantage of opportunities that are in front of you. And I really feel like with the Wheel of Fortune card here, this is really the opportunity to do that. You might run into someone again out and about and trying to be social that can really help you really expand your horizons this month and really give you the opportunity to grow and step outside of what you know for yourself, to help you develop yourself and explore different options, right? It also brings attention to the challenges that might be ahead of you, because in this card there is like mountains off in the distance. So while there is the opportunity to develop and to kind of like expand yourself and to expand your knowledge base and your wisdom, there might be a little bit of an obstacle that comes with that, right? So this card is also talking about, like, again, about traveling overseas, especially like I said, flying over water. So I'm going to a different country altogether. And I really kind of feel like at the heart of the matter, that is kind of what you want to do. I feel like there's this like sense that you want to expand and that you want to step out of what you're currently in. And it's like that. It's kind of like what's kind of pulling you and what's at your heart's desire right now. So the Three of Wands is being clarified here by the mountain, the star, and the stork. And so what this is saying is that ultimately your deepest desire is to expand out of the situation that you're in, out of the world that you're in. Like I said, you want to travel, you want to kind of like step out, right? And so again, this idea of obstacles to that new life are being presented here again with the mountain card, and also the fact that you might be losing a little bit of hope that this type of travel or this type of life that you want is kind of like out of your reach, right? The stork here is really like a desire to change, right? A desire to elevate, a desire to kind of transcend the space that you're in right now. But I do feel like a little bit of a blockage with that. And again, be mindful of the cards that came out before in terms of like the King of Swords and also the Page of Swords. Is there's this element of being unclear about how to kind of tap into the space that will allow you to step out and transform your life, right? So this type of unclear thinking or deterioration of things happening in your life is due to the fact that you might not know how to navigate into that space and how to step out from where you are. And I feel like you might be feeling a little bit stuck and a little bit hopeless. The card that is showing up for the unconscious and what is hidden and what will come to the surface is the Three of Pentacles. And so this is like a desire to study, a desire to kind of like hone a craft, to kind of like step out and be creative, to step out and do something different as opposed to what you've always been doing. It's really about trying to advance and trying to excel, and really trying to kind of figure out how to do that. I feel like you might be trying to look for a mentor, and I feel like that this Wheel of Fortune situation is really, like I said, it's about luck. It's about being in the right place at the right time, meeting the right people, getting connected with the right people, and also being aware that in the spaces where there are right people, there are also wrong people who can be purposely deceptive or try to lead you down a path that you don't necessarily want to go on. But the Wheel of Fortune is the opportunity to take something that is presented to you and really changing it into an opportunity that actually benefits you. And so if that means working with other people, that is definitely something that can happen. I feel like you might want the help because, again, with the feeling stuck and the obstacles for your transformation, I feel like you kind of need help, or you want someone to help you, but you have to be mindful about who you go to for help, and who you ask for advice about certain things, being aware that some people might not necessarily want to help you, or they might be purposely deceptive with the information that they give you because they don't necessarily want to see you being someplace where they want to be before they can get there. In the position of hopes and dreams, we have the Six of Cups. And so really this is like a desire to be connected to family, have relationships that are long lasting, and dynamics that are long lasting. I feel like there's like a maternal or a type of close family dynamic that you would like, that is a part of your hope and your dream. And again, with like these type of energies around you that are kind of like picking at you, it might be hard to kind of like manifest that life that you want because you might not necessarily have gotten that direction and that support as a child, and so that is kind of the reason why you're kind of fledgling a little bit with direction and clarity about what it is that you want to do and what it is that you want to work on. The final outcome here is the King of Pentacles. And the King of Pentacles is really talking about being able to create something that is going to give you long-lasting abundance, and really just kind of like give you that level of wealth that you want. His sign is a Taurus, which is also the sign that came out earlier, on the Wheel of Fortune. So really there's the opportunity to get that luck on your side, to get in touch with the right people, to really kind of like, meet the people that are going to help you kind of get to like this King of Pentacles status, right? This is going to take a little bit of discipline on your part. It's also a matter of networking with the right people, getting in touch with the right people in order to help you kind of get yourself in a place where you can grow and build what it is that you want to build and create a life that has security and abundance, and ultimately wealth for you, right? And I kind of feel like when you have that, you'll be able to have that life that you dream of, where you're able to travel and you're able to, kind of set out on this adventure. So all of that is really present for you in terms of the cards. But like I said, you do want to be mindful about people who are intentionally being deceptive, especially within these small groups, because they might not necessarily have your best interest at heart. I feel like there is a little bit of doubt that you might have about your abilities, And so you want to be mindful of just really working on honing whatever skill set that you do have. Really, like I said, networking and getting in touch with people who can teach you and mentor you and kind of help you to kind of clear up any type of mental confusion that you might have in terms of the path that you want to take and how to navigate that path. But again, be mindful of the people that give you information. Sometimes people that give you information might not necessarily have your best interest at heart. And so you just want to kind of make sure you look out for that. Thank you so much for listening. Please leave a comment below and let me know if this reading has resonated with you in any way. Again, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell for post notifications. Please go ahead and follow me on all my socials, and I will see you soon.